Hello, this is Jacqueline White, and I just thought I'd pop on here and express a few things today about what's going on around here in this big old world. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on the internet about a lot of protesting and stuff going on even after the inauguration is over. Trump is in office. He is now our president of the United States of America. And I think that we as citizens need to respect this. For some reason, this whole country has gone crazy. I mean, when does protesting represent anything? I mean, rioting represent anything. Protesting is different. That's when you actually have a reason to be standing out there. When somebody asks you a question, you can answer it with a logical answer. You know the reason why you're there. You have an actual platform. There's a reason. You have a policy or something you don't believe in, or a law, or something you want passed, something you want changed. But you must know what it is when you go out there. You can't just go out there and start screaming and hollering because everybody else is. And I think that's what a lot of this is, besides the payment that Soros did. You know, he paid people to be out there. And then this women's right movement. You know, if that's what it's about, what you guys are representing now, I don't want anything to do with it as a woman. I really don't. Because I think that I know that I am a strong American woman. I've come through a lot in this country. But you know what? I know that I've always been pretty safe here. It's different than other countries. And y'all that run around out there wanting a communist country, wanting communism to take over, well, there's plenty of places that have it. So why don't you just move on down there if you're so crazy about it, and see exactly what happens when you try to stand out and protest something. See what happens in a communist country when you try to protest, when you try to say anything about anything. Try to say something about your leader of that country and see what happens. Yeah, they don't tolerate it. It doesn't happen. Communism is huge dictatorship. There's just, I don't even understand how anybody could want to live like that when we fought for freedoms from that. You stand on our American flag, and that is exactly what we fought for, was freedom from communism. I just don't get it. What is wrong with our youth? I think I know what's wrong with our youth. Part of the problem is evolution in the schools, you know. They teach that evolution is an absolute fact. They teach that evolution is an absolute fact, and it is not. There's forms of evolution, but they mix it up. First they, talk about evolution of, medication and different things that, different types of evolution, okay? Like there's two rabbits. There's one in Florida and I think one up in Alabama or somewhere up in another, or clear up in like, up by Wisconsin, the colder countries up there in the north. And these two rabbits used to be able to breed, but now they can't. They're so far apart. They can't interbreed. Okay, but there's another rabbit in the middle state between them, and he can breed with both sides, or she. So they call that evolution because they can't breed with each other, but they're still rabbits, and they still have to breed with another rabbit. And then they take that type of evolution, which is, just evolution into your surroundings. I mean, animals will adjust. They will, the rabbit moved to cold. It got colder, so in that area, so it got a thicker coat, and some changed about it. It had to have the system to fight the cold off when it's born. But that's not the same thing as a dog turning into a banana, or a dog turning into a cat, or a mouse turning into a cat, or a human turning into a monkey, or a monkey turning into a human. And the thing is, they teach evolution at a very young age. As soon as they're in preschool, the storybooks open up with 4.6 billion years ago. I mean, that automatically cancels out the King James Bible. As soon as they say that, it cancels out everything that I believe in as a Baptist. And I didn't even catch that. When my daughter first started school, I wasn't close to the Lord like I am now. And so we didn't have a Christian. I didn't raise her up like that, but she did go to church with friends, and she was saved at about 11 years old. But now she's older and she flat believes in evolution. That's what she's been taught. You know, the whole God thing is like, I don't know. Of course she's going to express her feelings. She's young. I don't fight her on it. I love her. I pray every day that she comes to the Lord. That she comes. But if I believe she was saved that day. Baptists believe once you're saved, you're always saved. And she knew enough about it because she also went to private school when she was younger, a Catholic school for a while, a couple of years. And so she's had enough background with Christ to know what it's about. Plus, I taught her about it at home. You know, I mean, I watched Jesus of Nazareth with the nativity scene with her. Every year, I put a present under the tree from baby Jesus. I still do it to this day. She's 22 years old and in college, and I still do it. I just did it this last Christmas. That's right. I just want to express that we love all people too. You know, I just think we really need to take a look at this generation, and they're just so full of hate. And I know they're scared. They think that the legal marriage between gay and lesbians and the community is going to be reversed, or, you know, I know what they're scared of. I know exactly what they're scared of. And I get it. I do get it. But the thing is our national security is more important than any of these things. Because if we don't secure our borders and they just come in and take over, then none of our rights are going to matter. How would you like to fall under Sharia law? Why don't you check it out just a little bit more? Go to what's happening in Dearborn, Michigan, and see what's going on over there already. And I believe there's a couple more places. Once you link that, it'll link you into others. But I'm telling you, I just think that for a while, until we figure out another way to close up the borders for a while. And as far as, I don't know, I don't think that families should be separated that are already here. I really don't. I really don't. I think that there should be something, a way to work through that some way. That I don't think they need to be separated. If they've been here for any amount of time and don't have any criminal offenses, you know, bad ones. I'm not talking about little stuff. Forget all that. We all make mistakes every day. But I'm talking about real criminal offenses, felonies, and so on. You know, hurting people. You know, that even means drugs. Because when they sell drugs on the street, listen, I used to sell drugs. And, you know, I say, oh, I don't deal to kids. Somewhere down the line, my product went to children. You know, and after I was like, I can't even believe I did it. I prayed on my knees for forgiveness 1,000,000 times for that. Believe me. But we need to protect our country from these things, people. Come on, think about your children. I mean, is that what you really want? Let us all live here together and practice what we believe in individually, but please do not force it on me. Do not force it on me. Let me live my way, and I love everybody. And if somebody's in trouble, I will help them. It doesn't matter who they are. And I believe that everybody deserves love, not hate. Everybody. Even the people that hurt others. And those are the ones that hurt the most. Because, you know, all Jesus wants is for us to get along. I'm sorry. And when we hurt each other like that, and when we're not fair to each other, and we're mean to each other, and we hurt each other's children, especially when we hurt the children, it is so sad. But what are we supposed to believe is right and wrong? I believe we need to protect our children first, people. And it hurts so bad because I know people that might be affected by this immigration thing. I know people whom I love very dearly that might be affected. And I just pray to God that there's ways to work around the families that have not committed crimes, that are successful here, you know, that are doing well for themselves. I just hope there's a way. I pray there's going to be a way. And that's what you need to do out there, folks, is find those ways. Show that you're a good person. Show that you've put into this community in the right way. Show that you haven't committed crimes. I understand fighting for it. But damn it, tearing up our streets and threatening the people of this country on the streets where we can't even walk outside is not the way to do it, folks. It is not the way to do it. So knock it off. Get together. Figure out a legal way to deal with this. Show them that you are good people. Show them reasons why you should not go back. And if you're scared because you have warrants or legal problems, then I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Deal with it. Because you know what? We all have to deal with our stuff. Life gets messy. It gets really messy, you know. And when we break the rules, and when we make our lives messy, there comes a time when we have to clean it up. And sometimes it takes a slap in the face before we get up and do it. Right? Right. So, here's to all the families that I know who may be affected by this immigration reform. I love you, and I am praying in my heart that they see there are beautiful families here who've caused no trouble, who's paid into our society, into our economy, who have been part of our society. I see you guys out there. I see you, the ones that voted for Trump, you know, who I can see. You understand, you get it. I mean, look at the way the people are treated that come across. Some of them, the children, dragging their children across the desert, you know, taking the chance of being stuck out there without food and water. These coyotes, they just leave them if they get a little bit squeamish. Sometimes they rip them off anyway and leave them in the middle of the desert to die because they really don't care. And y'all know that. You know what's up, you know. I mean, I'm not going to go into things, but I've been around some circles of people in my lifetime that I know things, and it's like, I know what goes on. We all do, actually. It's not a secret what happens. That's where human trafficking starts and everything. It starts by coming across, trying to get across that border into America. That's where, you know, I watched a thing in Russia where they promise these girls, they have them sign up for a modeling deal, right? And they tell these girls they're going to have a wonderful time, then they get them over there and they take their passports and there you go, there's the human trafficking. That's where a lot of it comes in, is people trying to come across the border, owing money, and having to sell their soul to the devil to pay back the money they needed to come across the border. And sometimes they die trying. Or they die trying to escape from it. Because it's bad. These girls are treated horrible. Some of them are used more than 100 times a day. Wow. That thing they put out that was really long called Human Trafficking a while back, quite a few years ago, that show, it's really long, and it's a movie about the father who loses his daughter in Russia. Same thing I'm talking about. It's based on a true story about the modeling agency and how he goes undercover to find his daughter, and then an undercover female cop goes undercover. She was from Russia, and she goes undercover to flesh this thing out to try to get in, and she does. She gets in as wanting to come across the border. They take her in and everything, but the father doesn't. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you what happens, but it's a really good show, and it'll show you some things. But once again, these women, all they want to do is come to America. They just want to get across the border, you know, and start a new life. And she was okay in Russia. She had a nice little life with her daddy. She had soup on it. I mean, they ate good. They had nice little jobs. It wasn't that bad, I guess. You know, I mean, I live about the same here. You know, I mean, and what is there? I mean, life is how you take it. I don't know. I know it's harder in Russia. I know, but we're getting to be the same way. This country's broke. We are freaking broke. Believe me, I know. I live here. I just did. I've been here my whole life, and I see the difference. 50 years old, and I see the difference of what goes on out there. So hey, I love all the people who want to come here and make a better life for themselves. I get it. The people that are in dangerous places, where their lives are in danger. Right now they're fighting in Syria. And, you know, the people need the babies and everything. I get it. I cry for these people. I hurt for these people. We need to clear up this shit, get ISIS out of there so they can go home and rebuild. That's what we need. And we need to help them rebuild if that's what it takes. You know, build their own companies and businesses and just rebuild. That's what we have to do sometimes, is rebuild. Look at Katrina. You know, we had to rebuild. It happens. Life happens. That's the way it is. Okay. God bless America. And God bless you. And I welcome anybody that wants to come in here, live a good life, be a good citizen. Come on, you're welcome. I want to be your friend. I want to show you how beautiful it can be and how free it really is here. But if we keep letting other people come in and take over, like the Sharia law, it's not going to be like that no more. Then we're going to want to get out. We're going to be the ones running away from our country to other borders. We will become the immigrants. We will become the aliens. We will become the problem that we have now. So let's, instead of being part of the problem, let's be part of the solution and shut it down. I agree with you, President Trump. Shut it down. Let's make it safe for everybody that wants to live here peacefully. And once we get it secure, then we can let more people in. Until then, may God bless you all. Stay strong, the ones that are good and believe in Christ. You know there are trials and tributes in life, but there's a reason for each step we take. Believe in the Lord, all you people that have to travel to the horrible places in this world. To all you people that's lived with genocide and pedophilia and the horrible things and people throwing gay people off the roof. Now, come on, y'all. You're fighting for your rights? And I mean, I didn't understand that. Here's gay women walking down the street with a Muslim sign saying they want to be Muslim, with a woman wearing I can't even say it. Oh, what are those things they have to wear? Oh, I can't even remember. Those big black ugly things. Anyway, burqa. There we go. Burqa. Sounds bad too. Sorry, I don't mean to make it fun. I just don't think it's right that there's a gay woman walking down the street of America holding a sign with a Muslim woman wrapped up saying she wants, that it's okay, that she's, you know, it's like, come on. If you were in a Muslim country and did that, they'd throw you off the damn roof. Just for carrying the sign. That's it, for even disrespecting them like that. Get real. You know, I'm glad the ones that are here, the mainstream ones that are here, are more open-minded and so on. That's great. But which one of us would you like to sit on the border and vet these people and decide which one is good and which one isn't? What if it was your choice to decide whether that man might blow us up, or that child might blow us up, or that woman might use a child to blow us up? Or how would you like to be the one sitting there vetting these people, deciding who is who? That must be the most difficult job in the world. I wouldn't want it. I really wouldn't want it. God bless you too, people. God bless you. You make the right decisions. And God bless you. You keep hope and faith in your heart that the ones you do let through are going to be fine and become wonderful citizens of this country. Because that's all we ask. Come here. Be peaceful. Don't blow us up. Don't try to change us to do something that we don't want. Okay? Live and let live. That's what we do here in America. We live and let live. And these protesters, I'm sorry, they're not protesters. I'm not even going to call them that anymore. These rioters are ruining it for everybody, because I hope that all of you people out there who have any common sense, that are fighting for real issues, don't have anything to do with that and try to stop it. And don't feed into it, because it's not right. Obama did. He fed right into it. All the things he did when he left office, I am sorry I voted for him, and I did. Yeah, I was a Democrat till I grew up. But when I was younger, it was different. The word Democratic meant something different than it does now when you were a Democrat. I mean, it's different. It was for freedom and liberty and equality, not burqas and imposing our law on somebody else and whatever, allowing people to come in and destroy our country and take jobs that could belong to people here. That's another thing. I do not believe that if there's an American standing there and somebody from another country standing there, if they both have a specialty in a job, the American should get the job first. That's just the way it is. That's the way they do it in their country. Check it out. That's the way we're supposed to do it. It's always been like that. The laws have always been like this. They really have. Check it out, man. Check it out. You just don't. They don't throw it out there. Go to Border Patrol. Go to Border Patrol. You'll see. It's in effect everywhere. If they have somebody that can do the job in their country, they'll let them have it first. Damn straight. Check it out. Okay, I love you all. I love everybody, and I'm sorry this is such a rough video. I just had to get this off my chest. You all have a great day. Keep on trucking. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Ciao.